So, good afternoon, students. Today, let us resume our session on nitrogen family. This is our sixth lecture on nitrogen family. Well, in our previous session, you have discussed about nitrogen, its preparations and properties, right? So, and we also discussed about compounds like ammonia, which has a lot of applications, particularly in preparing different fertilizers. And another important compound is nitric acid. So today, let's have a full-length lecture on nitric acid. It's a very interesting and very important for competitive examination. And particularly in nitrogen family, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth, you find questions all over. You find questions all over. So for example, in the milk, so there is a cream everywhere. The cream is everywhere, right? In the milk generally. So similarly, so you find so the questions in the nitrogen family in almost all complex examinations. So let us see about nitric acid. So nitric acid has three properties principally. One is, so the name itself is nitric acid, so it acts like an acid. And you all aware, most of the acids are good oxidizing agents, right? So it is also a good oxidizing agent, and it is a strong oxidizing agent, right? And it is also a nitrating agent. You have studied in aromatic compounds. So concentrated HNO3 is used as a nitrating agent, and it produces an electrophile. What is the electrophile, Mr. Karthik? Mr. Karthik, what is the electrophile generated when concentrated HNO3 is added? Are you there? Sanjay? Pushmitra?
Sir, H plus.
Alap?
Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible.
Sir, H plus. Is it H plus?
Soumya Pranita?
So,
When you add concentrated HNO3, what is the electrophile generated in the electrophilic substitution reactions? Deekshita?
yes.
Do you know or not?
No, sir, I'm not sure.
Bhavya Shashvi? Varshit?
No, sir.
Varshit? Varshit?
H plus, sir.
Ashfaq? Srividya?
Sir, could I answer?
Sir, H3O plus and NO3 minus. I mean H3O plus.
Sir, NO2 plus.
So it's a very sad note that students are taking this much time. So it's a nitronium ion. It's a nitronium ion. When you use the nitration mixture, what is the nitration mixture, Rasagna? What you people are doing at home? Nitration mixture means HNO3 and concentrated H2SO4. In a week, I take one session only to ask questions. Next. So let us see. So it is an acid, right? So let us see some of its properties. So HNO3, if you heat, it gets decomposed to NO2, O2, and water. So NO2 is the anhydride of HNO3. So anhydride means remove water. If you remove water from HNO3, you get NO2. Similarly, what is the hydrate? When you add water to NO2, you'll be getting HNO3. So similarly, how do you know this acidic character? When you add HNO3, naturally, these lone pairs takes up this H plus, right? So these lone pairs, so takes this H plus, right? So what is H3O plus and NO3 minus, which is the conjugate acid and the conjugate base? Dikshita. Here in this reaction, what is the conjugate acid and the conjugate base? Chinmay Gutta. Abhijita.
Sir.
Yeah.
Conjugate acid is H3O plus and conjugate base is NO3 minus.
Good. Yeah. So have a look here. Anything that loses H plus, it becomes a conjugate base. Anything that accepts is a conjugate acid. So here this is a base. Actually, H2 is a base. It is an acid. HNO3 is an acid. So, and H2 is a base, right? HNO3 is an acid. H2 is a base. So the base is accepting this H plus. According to Bronsted theory, who has given the conjugate acid base theory? It is given by Bronsted. So Bronsted acid is a proton donor and Bronsted base is a proton acceptor. So this is accepting a proton from H plus. So here HNO3, after losing H plus, you get NO3 minus. This is a conjugate base. Similarly, H2O is accepting H plus from HNO3, it becomes conjugate acid. It's very simple. This is an acid, this is a base. An acid loses a proton, it becomes a conjugate base. A base accepts electron, a proton, I mean to say, so it becomes an acid, conjugate acid. It is called conjugate acid base pair. And this concept is called Bronsted concept. So according to Bronsted concept, how to define a base? V Sai Sritej. According to, already I conveyed the answer. According to Bronsted concept, how to define a base? Jennifer. If you don't know, say no. Jayashree. Sai Ganesh.
Sir, which takes a proton is a Bronsted acid and which loses a proton is a base.
Yusuf. Snehita.
Sir, proton acceptor is a Bronsted base and which gives his
See, there is no basically stability in your answer. You have to be very firm and confidently to answer. And your answer is right. So proton donor is an acid, proton acceptor is a base. So Mr. Ganesh, do you know where you did mistake? You reversed it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and it's expensive. So let us see here. So now it also acts like oxidizing agent. Very, very important. See, when you take a concentrated HNO3, the product will vary. You get NO2 and water. When you take a dilute HNO3, you get NO. Please mind you, its oxidizing action depends on the nature of the acid, whether it is concentrated or diluted. Very, very important. Students, have a look here. May I know what is this? O.
So nascent oxygen.
Very good. Very good. It is a nascent oxygen which participate in the oxidizing action. This is the notable point. Now let's see. Students, let us learn the reaction with non-metals. That means HNO3 is going to react with non-metals and it is going to give respect to oxy acids. These are all oxy acids. Fine. Well, sulfur, phosphorus, silicon, these are all non-metals. When I react with HNO3, students try to understand, go back and see here. HNO3 when you use as an acid, which is an oxidizing agent, what are the byproducts? NO2 and water. Can you see here NO2 and water? So in all cases, NO2 and water is used. You got it. So that means what type of acid you have taken? Concentrated or diluted? Sushant.
Yes, sir.
Here, what type of acid you use? Concentrated or diluted?
Sir, the screen is showing reaction with non-metals, sir.
You listen properly. Be receptive. Don't be sleepy. Sanjay. Pawan Sagar. Here you are using concentrated acid or dilute acid? That's the question. Rama Sailaja.
Sir, concentrated.
Concentrated acid. Good. Because here I already conveyed. Concentrated acid will give NO2 and water. Dilute acid will give NO and H2O. Don't be sleepy, please. Be alert. When I ask the question, you answer. Don't stay mute. Yeah. Now you can see here, sulfur gets converted into H2SO4, it's respectable oxy acid. Phosphorus gets converted into H3PO4, irrespectable oxy acid. And silicon gets converted into H2SiO3. When you add water to this, please add water to this SiO2. What is the product, Sailaja? Add water to this SiO2. What do you get? H2. H2 SiO3. Am I right? Silicious acid. Next. Now, let us
Sir?
not have- please.
Sir, the screen is entirely blank, sir. We are unable to say anything.
Is it for all, for you only?
No, sir. Everyone, sir.
Sir,
Screen
it's
is
showing
stuck.
reaction with non-metals only, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Again,
I can see the screen.
I'll just stop the screen sharing. Again, I'll share. Just wait. Yeah, can you see now?
Yes, sir.
Rahul, is it okay for
Yes.
you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine, thank you. Right. So, is it okay? Yeah. Now, HNO3 oxidizes non-metals to respect to oxy acids. So, sulfur gets converted into H2SO4, phosphorus gets converted into H3PO4, silicon gets converted into H2SiO3. Students, in the process, the byproducts are NO2 and water. So, an oxidizing agent always in the process gets Jayashree dash. Jayashree. An oxidizing agent always in the process gets. Jayashree, are you there or sleeping?
Yes, sir.
What happens in the oxidizing agent? Always in the process gets reduced. So it is reduced to NO2. So what is the oxidation state of NO2? All up. What is the oxidation state of NO2? Varshit,
+4, sir.
plus
4.
So what is the oxidation state of HNO3, Varshit?
+5, sir.
So +5 to +4. Am I right? +5 to +4 is reduced. So oxidizing agent always in the process gets reduced. Yeah, very good. Next, have a look. So, students, some metals, chromium, aluminum, they do not oxidize because it forms a thin layer. They ask in the examination, which of the following is inert to HNO3? What is the answer? Aluminum or chromium? Why? Because it is going to form a layer, oxide layer, and this oxide layer prevents the oxidation process. So this is a very, very notable point. Now, students, have a look here. And iodine, carbon, sulfur, phosphorus. These are metals or non-metals? Rasagna. Iodine, carbon, sulfur,
Non-metals.
phosphorus. Metals or non-metals?
Non-metals.
They're all non-metals. Good. So these non-metals also will be converted into respect to oxy acids. HiO3. Similarly, carbonic acid. Similarly, H2SO4, H3PO4. You can see students here, in all cases, HNO3 converted in the process gets reduced to NO2. So very, very interesting. Now, let us see the mechanism involved in it. Students, I already conveyed to you. HNO3, 2 moles, of course, gets dissociated first of all into nascent oxygen plus NO2 and H2O. What I conveyed to you, it is the nascent oxygen which is going to convert or oxidize the respective non-metal into its oxy acids. So carbon taking this nascent oxygen and along with aqueous media, it is going to convert into carbonic acid. I hope you understood. And in the process, in the net reaction, these 2 nascent oxygen molecules, not molecules, these 2 nascent oxygens gets cancelled. And this is the net reaction. So similarly, so what is the first step here? HNO3 gets dissociated into H2O plus 2NO2 plus nascent oxygen. Now, sulfur is octoatomic and it takes 24 nascent oxygens and water molecules to form H2SO4. And nascent oxygens gets cancelled in the net equation, which is unstable. I hope you understood. Similarly, so iodine is converted into iodic acid. So may I know what is the formula for periodic acid, Rasagna? HiO3 is a periodic acid or iodic acid?
Sir, iodic acid.
Yes, it's iodic acid. What is periodic acid then? Karthik, you are not responding. Are you there? Mr. Karthik. Soumya.
Yes, sir.
So could you tell me what is periodic acid? HiO4 is called periodic acid. HiO3 is called iodic acid. Well, so have a look here. Similarly, iodine also will be converted into iodic acid. Phosphorus gets converted into H3PO4. Similarly, first the nascent oxygens converts phosphorus into P2O5 or P4O10. P4O10 gets hydrolyzed to H3PO4. Same in the case of arsenic. Arsenic is a metal or a non-metal? Arsenic. Gaurinath.
Sir,
Arsenic is a metal or a non-metal?
non-metal, sir.
It is soup. Ashfaq.
The metalloid.
Very good. Who answered this? Abhijita. Okay, good. It's a
Sir,
metalloid.
Srividya.
Srividya. Okay, good. So arsenic and antimony are metalloids. Bismuth is a metal. Nitrogen, phosphorus are non-metals. As you go down, metallic nature increases. So these are already conveyed to you. So you're not spontaneous. You people are not working hard. Okay. Simply yesterday you listened the class, again today you are listening at this time. That's it. Now, so you can see here, arsenic also gets converted into H2O5 and hydrolysis gives H3ASO4. This is called arsenic acid. H3ASO3 is called Srividya. H3ASO3 is called lower oxidation state is As acid. So it is arsenous acid, right? So H3ASO4 is called arsenic acid. So I hope you understood. Now we have a full-length discussion on non-metals. So how HNO3 is going to react with non-metals, giving its respect to oxy acids. Well, now let us see some compounds. Okay, we'll see some compounds. So don't forget the oxidizing action of HNO3, which is going to give its nascent oxygen as well as NO2 and water. NO2 is nothing but it is reduced as in the process. Now, this nascent oxygen is going to react with H2S and naturally, so what happens? You get colloidal sulfur. This is called colloidal sulfur. Yeah. students here, H2S is oxidized or reduced? H2S is oxidized or reduced? Suprita,
Sir,
H2S is oxidized or reduced? Here, H2S is oxidized or reduced? Vasudev,
oxidized, sir.
oxidized. Can you tell me how it is oxidized? What is the oxidation state of H2S?
Ox-
H2S oxidation state, sulfur oxidation state of in H2S.
Sir, oxygen +1.
+1. Pushmitra, what is the oxidation state of H2S? Sulfur.
Sulfur, sir, -2, sir.
Very good.
Where is it minus
Sir,
2?
sulfur -2.
-2. Very good. Is my 2x minus 2 plus x is equal to 0. X is equal to -2. Okay. Now, what is the oxidation state of sulfur here?
0.
Suprita, what is the oxidation state of sulfur here? Colloidal sulfur. 0. Elemental state it is 0. Why you are taking so much time? So here sulfur is oxidized or reduced? -2 to 0. Oxidized. Oxidized. And HNO3 is reduced. An oxidizing agent always in the process gets reduced. A reducing agent always in the process gets oxidized. So H2S is a reducing agent or oxidizing agent? Ganesh. H2S is oxidizing
Sir,
agent or reducing?
oxidizing agent.
Oxidized.
Who answered this?
The reducing agent.
Ashashvi. Ashashvi,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
H2S is oxidizing agent or reducing agent?
So it's a reducing agent,
Good. HNO3,
oxidizing agent.
this reaction is called redox reaction. Na?
Redox reaction.
Redox reaction. Yes.
Yes, sir.
This is how we should see when you see the whole equation with this perspective, things will be very easy. So H2S being a reducing agent gets oxidized, and HNO3 being oxidizing agent gets reduced. Very simple. Now this principle can be applicable for all the compounds, all the elements, whether these metals or non-metals. Hope you understood. Now let us see here. Now, students, very interesting point. See, here what is used? Concentrate HNO3 used. Now I am changing the nature of the acid. What is the nature of the acid here? Dilute. When I use the dilute, what is the product? What is the product? NO. Byproduct. So here what is the product? NO2. I hope you understood. So always whenever I use dilute acid, the compounds, what I'm going to get? NO you are going to get. And you are going to get some more compounds also I'm going to teach you. Okay. I hope you understood. Now, H2S here, H2S. So with its nascent oxygen, again it gets converted into colloidal sulfur. In both cases, you are getting colloidal sulfur. But what is the difference? What is the difference? What is the difference? The difference is oxidizing action. Here, +5 to, what is the oxidation state here? +4. Little effort, not much effort. So just only one unit is reduced here. Here, how many units are reduced? Varshit. What is the oxidation state of NO? Varshit. What is the oxidation state of NO?
+2, sir.
Very good. +2. So nitrogen here, what is the HNO3 oxidation state?
+5, sir.
So +5 to +2. How many
+2.
units is decreased here?
3 units.
3 units. That means it has to put more effort, right? In oxidizing H2S to sulfur. You understanding? See, when it is a dilute, naturally more effort is required. But here only less effort. How many units are decreased here? Sailaja, how many units are decreased here?
So 1,
1 unit. Here, how many units are decreased?
3.
3 units. Where it is, where it is putting more effort in this oxidizing action?
Second case.
Dilute case. Very good. So I hope you're all clear. Now, yeah, let us see another example.
Sir,
Yeah, please.
which is a stronger oxidizing agent, dilute or concentrated HNO3?
Concentrated only, na? Concentrated.
Sir, but dilute HNO3 gives 3 nascent oxygens, right?
That's why you had to put more effort. You have to supply more actually for its action. Okay. See here, how many electrons are given in first case?
1 electron.
And here how many electrons are given? Second case, 3 electrons.
3.
So more electrons are to be given. Loss of electrons is what? Loss of electrons.
Sir, oxidizing.
Okay, anyhow, oxidation. Now listen carefully. Now let us see is it okay? Fine. So let us see here SO2, the reaction with SO2. So SO2 gets oxidized to H2SO4. This is a concentrated acid, and naturally NO2 and water are the byproducts. Students, in this case, you don't get water. Why? Because SO2 is consuming water molecules and it forms H2SO4. Similarly, second case, can you see second case? Second case also you are getting H2SO4 in the dilute case. But what is the byproduct? NO. So you have to look at the byproduct in the dilute cases. It's very simple, right? Good. Now let us see. Let us take ferrous sulfate. Students, ferrous sulfate, what is the oxidation state of iron? Sushant. What is the oxidation state of iron? Ferrous sulfate. You soup, why you are taking more time? Fe+2 is the oxidation state. So when you oxidize, it should be converted into ferric, that is +3 oxidation state, right? So in the process, HNO3 gets reduced to NO2, +5 to +4 oxidation state. I hope you understood. So FeSO4 is a reducing agent, HNO3 is a good oxidizing agent, and naturally you'll be getting Fe2SO4 thrice plus NO2 plus water. And dilute case, let us see the dilute case. Same thing, dilute case, the only difference is here you get NO. Here you get NO. I hope you understood. Now, students, you have learned here 2 episodes. What is the first episode? Reaction with non-metals. What is the second episode? Reaction with compounds. So now we are getting into the most interesting episode, very, very important episode, that is action of metals. Now have a look here. See, HNO3, listen very carefully. This is the sum and substance of oxidizing nature of nitric acid. So the nitric acid oxidizing ability, it depends on A, nature of the metal, second, concentration of the acid, and third is the temperature. Student, nature of the metal and concentration of the acid, it is dilute or concentrated. Nature of the metal means what type of metal you are taking, less reactive metal or moderate reactive metal or highly reactive metal, that way. Okay. And temperature also, high temperatures, low temperatures is going to basically affect the oxidizing action. Now HNO3 gets converted into NO2 or NO. See, students, here plus H plus 1 electron, here 2 electrons, here 5 electrons are lost. So this is HNO3 may be converted in the process of oxidizing action. HNO3 can be reduced to NO2 with +2 oxidation, +4 oxidation state, NO with +2 oxidation state, NH3. What is the oxidation state of NH3? Sushant. Srividya.
Sir, 3, sir, +3.
1
Sir, +3.
+3. You soup. Yeah.
-3, sir.
So -3.
Very good. -3. Okay. I'm asking simple questions so that you think nicely. Even you do mistake, it's okay. Don't worry. But learn. Okay. This is -3 oxidation state. Okay. Yeah. Well, so here how many electrons are involved? 1 electron. Here how many electrons are involved? 3 electrons. Here how many electrons are involved? 8 electrons. +5 to -3. How many electrons? 8 electrons are involved. I hope you understood. So similarly, N2O is +1 oxidation state. This is NH4 plus. NH4 plus, what is the oxidation state of nitrogen? So students, try to understand. You are expected to know all this stuff. So before getting into oxidizing action of metals. Now have a look here. Very, very, very important. First thing is,
Sir, it is +1.
yeah, +1. See, have a look here. Very simple. X plus 4 is equal to -1. X plus 4 is equal to -1. What is the X? Find out. Now,
So -5.
see here. -3. Listen. See, NH4 plus X plus 4 is equal to 1. That is, X is equal to -3. Now listen. Very dilute acid. See, these are the only metals, magnesium and manganese, which releases H2 gas with HNO3. Very, very important exception for the competitive examination. Very exceptional case. Can anybody explain why it is so? You have seen on other cases, you are getting NO or NO2 or NH4, NO3 or N2O are the byproducts. You have seen here. These are the byproducts. NO2, NO, NH3, NH4, NO3 or N2O. Why you are getting hydrogen? Can anybody make a gentle guess?
So because magnesium is more reactive than hydrogen, so it's displacing hydrogen.
You are right, but I want more better understanding, a refined understanding. Okay, I'll explain. Listen.
Sir, it is more electropositive than hydrogen.
That's true, but zinc is also more electropositive here. Why it is giving here NH4NO3 in the second reaction? Have a look here in the slide. Can you account for it?
Reducing agent.
Manganese is a reducing agent. Okay, no.
It's a strong oxidizing agent.
No. It's very simple. See, when metal reacts with acid, you get hydrogen gas. Agree or not? When a metal reacts with acid, it gives hydrogen gas. Very simple. Metal means metals are electropositive or electronegative metals?
Electropositive.
Electropositive. What is the meaning of electropositive, Abhijita? Electropositive
They
means
can donate electrons.
they can convert, they'll be losing electrons and forms M plus. M gets converted into M plus plus electron. So M plus is electropositive. Understood? Yeah. So that means magnesium is giving how many electrons? 2 electrons. And the 2 electrons are taken by 2H plus. 2H plus. So it gets converted into H2. And in the process, NO3 minus will be converted into Mg plus 2 and NO3 minus. It gets converted into magnesium nitrate and manganese nitrate respectively. I hope you are very clear. With magnesium and manganese are the only 2 metals which produce hydrogen. Here also it is written only. Okay. You can see only metals which produce hydrogen. Very important for competitive examination. Now let us take here zinc. So zinc, tin, iron, all the 3 metals. Listen carefully. Zinc, tin, and iron. Okay. All the 3 metals with cold and dilute HNO3 will give. See, don't worry about the other things. Always you get metal nitrate. What you get here? Except in the case of tin, remaining all cases you get metal nitrate. See here, metal nitrate you are getting. Agreed? Metal nitrate. And in the case of compounds, you are getting, the compounds are getting oxidized to the next state. In the case of non-metals, you are getting oxyacids. In the case of metals, what you are going to have? The products, metal nitrate. And now listen carefully. Concentrate on this product. Ammonium nitrate will be formed. Just have a look here. Ammonium nitrate is formed. So dilute condition, cold. They has to put more effort for the oxidizing action. So byproduct is NH4 and O3. Very, very important. So which cases? Zinc, tin, and iron. Now students have a look. Tin and iron also. What is the byproduct, student? NH4 and O3. So HNO3, which is oxidizing agents, gets reduced to NH4 and O3. Now I'll ask a question here. Is it a redox reaction? Can you tell me now, is it a redox reaction, Sai Ganesh? Magnesium, manganese is a redox reaction or not? Pushymitra,
Sir, yes, sir, I think.
yes, good. Manganese will or magnesium will give 2 electrons and hydrogen is taking 2 electrons, right? So it's a redox reaction, right? So H plus is getting reduced to H2. Here hydrogen is in +1 oxidation state, hydrogen is 0 oxidation state, reduction takes place. And manganese and magnesium is in 0 oxidation state and it is +2. So it is oxidized. I hope you understood. Metals are good reducing agent, in the process get oxidized. And HNO3 is oxidizing agent. See, wonderful chemistry. Now, my question is, zinc or tin or iron, this reaction is a redox reaction or not? This is the question. Anybody? This is open for all. Very simple. Have a look here. HNO3 being oxidizing agent, in the process gets reduced. That's fine. But tin, what is the oxidation state of tin here? What is the oxidation state of tin here? Tin and iron, what is the oxidation state? Yashashvi, what is the oxidation state of tin here?
Sir, 0.
Good, 0. What is the oxidation state of tin nitrate here?
Sir, +4. No.
No. Here NO2 you see NO3 minus na. So +2 oxidation. Heat is +2, right? +2
Yes.
NO3 minus na, 2 NO3 minus, right?
Yes.
So
Sir.
this is +2. So here tin is oxidized na, and HNO3 is reduced, right? So tin and
Yes, sir.
iron are good reducing agents. Metals are good reducing agents, right? So it is also a redox reaction. It is also a redox reaction.
Redox reaction.
Fine, good. Listen, have a look. Now, lead. Students, have a look here. Lead is giving NO. Lead is giving NO. And have you seen this reaction anywhere so far? Preparation of NO. Lead nitrate. Lead nitrate is heated, na? What you are getting? Anyhow, just check out. NO2 plus O2. NO2. Lead nitrate you have studied. PbNO3 twice. If you heat, you get NO2 plus O2. PbO plus NO2 plus O2. Anyhow, so the lead is converted into lead nitrate. That means any metal, if you take tin, iron, zinc, lead, you get metal nitrate. See, all the cases you are getting metal nitrates, except the case of tin. So tin in which condition will tell you. Just wait. So in this case, you are getting NO. Now have a look here. Now, students, in the last case, so what type of nitric acid you used? What is the nature, SSV?
Sir, cold nitric acid.
Cold and dilute.
Dilute.
Cold and dilute. So have a look here. Very important. Now what you are using here? Hot and dilute you are using. When you use hot and dilute, can you see here? There is a change. What you are getting? What you are getting? Nitrous oxide. In the last case, what you are getting? What you are getting here?
Nitric oxide.
Ammonium nitrate. Cold and dilute, you are getting ammonium nitrate as the byproduct, right? Now, hot and dilute, you are getting N2O. Very, very important. Very, very important. Yeah, try to understand. Students, try to understand. Magnesium, when you use very dilute, so it's very interesting chemistry and confusing chemistry. Magnesium very dilute, what you are getting? What you are getting here?
H2.
Hydrogen gas. Very good. So now magnesium, okay, hot and dilute, what you are getting? N2O, laughing gas. You are getting laughing gas. Students, I hope you understood. So cold dilute, you are getting NH4NO3. Hot dilute, you are getting N2O with zinc. Students, with concentrated nitric acid with zinc, what you are getting? Let us see. What you are getting here? NO2. Concentrated always will give NO2. Dilute will give always. So NO or N2O. See here, you are getting N2O here. So now can you tell me zinc cold and dilute, what is the byproduct? Zinc cold and dilute.
Sir, H2.
NH4NO3. Zinc case, you
Ammonium
don't get
nitrate, sir.
ammonium nitrate. Only magnesium and manganese only get H2. Okay. Now zinc hot dilute. What you are getting? N2O.
Nitrous oxide.
Yeah. Zinc concentrated HNO3. What you are getting? NO2. So my effort is you have to learn here itself. That's why I'm just spending a lot of time explaining every point. You have to appreciate. Appreciate means you should listen carefully. Now listen, students. Magnesium with very dilute. What is the product? Harshit.
With dilute H2 gas, sir.
H2 gas. Magnesium hot and dilute. Forgot.
Nitrous oxide, sir.
Very good. N2O. Very good. Now magnesium with hot concentrated. You get NO2.
Nitrogen dioxide.
Yeah. So any metal with concentrated acid, always you get NO2. So it is the thumb rule. Okay. Now, students, you have seen some of the metals which are above in the electrochemical series. Now you are going to see some of the reactions which are below the electrochemical series. So copper, silver, and mercury, they are below the electrochemical series, right? Yeah. Have a look here. So the copper with concentrated HNO3, you are getting NO2. With dilute HNO3, you get NO. Similarly, copper, silver, and mercury, all these cases, you get metal nitrate and NO2 with concentrated HNO3. You get metal nitrate and NO2. Okay. And now, noble metals. Noble metals are slightly different. So, what is aqua regia? 3 parts of HCl, 1 part of HNO3 is called aqua regia. Why gold is dissolved in aqua regia? Because it is forming nascent chlorine. This nascent chlorine will react with gold and forms AuCl3. Similarly, platinum also will dissolve, it becomes PtCl4. So whenever you prepare aqua regia, you should be very careful. You have to remove all your rings and other bracelets or anything else, because it is going to form a nascent oxygen. This nascent oxygen is going to react with noble metals like gold and platinum. So, and this will further reacts with HCl and forms orochloric acid and chloroplatinic acid. This is asked in the competitive examination earlier. Now, this is all about HNO3, right? So one slide I missed actually, the submain substance of the whole thing. I think I present. I think it should be there. Let me see whether I'll check out whether it is somewhere it is missing. So the submain substance of the HNO3, it is missing, I think. Okay. So I'll get you in the next class. So it will be very interesting, very interesting slides. So what you have studied so far, I'll put up in just one slide. So yeah, it's missing here. In the next class, I'll put up all these things in one slide. Okay. So any questions regarding this so far, HNO3 chemistry? I open the session for discussion. HNO3. You got any questions? So you have to understand certain things like, so the HNO3, how it reacts with non-metals, compounds, metals. In the metals also, we have 3 types of metals: manganese, magnesium, that is one set; iron, the metals which are above the electrochemical series, and the metals which are below the electrochemical series, and also very dilute, cold and dilute, hot and dilute, concentrated HNO3. So how are very dilute? So in this condition, what are the products and all? You need to focus and you need to basically memorize. Yeah. So in the next session, so this ends all the nitrogenous compounds. So the next session, I'm going to discuss about the phosphorus chemistry. So, and with the phosphorus chemistry, you are going to wind off nitrogen family, right? Yeah. So I open the session for discussion. Any doubts, please?
So, can you just show the slide where nitric acid reacts with the metals below the electrochemical series?
Yeah, these are the metals. See, can you see here? This is manganese and magnesium gives H2 gas, and this is tin, iron, lead, zinc. These are all. So these are all above the electrochemical series.
I need the ones below the series.
Below the series is copper, zinc, and copper, silver, and mercury, which gives NO2 with concentrated HNO3. And dilute HNO3, NO will get. See here. Metal plus HNO3 will give metal oxide, NO2 plus NO. NO2 or NO will get. So dilute HNO3 will give NO, concentrated HNO3 will give always NO2. That is the thumb rule. I'll give one exception for you. Okay. That is, exception is tin. Okay. Tin gives antimonic acid, H2SbO4 with concentrated. Yeah, that is a metalloid actually. So that is an exception. Tomorrow I'll give the slide for that. Yeah. Any questions? So
Sir,
this
how
top,
is
yeah.
how is
please.
nascent oxygen helping in oxidation?
Nascent oxygen will oxidize the metal. Or nascent oxygen is very reactive, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's very reactive. So for example, nascent oxygen, first of all, when it reacts with metal, it forms metal oxide. Metal oxide further reacts with water, it forms, I hope you understood. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Sir, could you explain the reaction with arsenic?
Arsenic.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, have a look here. So HNO3, a concentrated HNO3 always gets converted into H2O plus NO2 plus nascent oxygen. So arsenic is a metalloid and it takes the nascent oxygens, it forms AH2O5 because arsenic can maximum exhibit an oxygen state of +5. So it is a, listen very carefully. It's a power, somebody mute the phone, please. See, arsenic being HNO3 being a very strong oxidizing agent, it converts the arsenic to the highest oxidation state. What is the possible highest oxidation state of arsenic? It's group valency, that is +5. So it converts into +5. For example, you see here phosphorus. Phosphorus, HNO3 being a strong oxidizing agent, it takes the phosphorus to the highest oxidation state. What is the highest oxidation state of phosphorus? +5. Similarly, students, very interesting, listen. Sulfur. HNO3 being a highest strong oxidizing agent, takes the sulfur to the highest oxidation state, +6, its valency. Are you following my words? Similarly, it takes the carbon to the highest oxidation state. So similarly here, arsenic also will be taken because it is a powerful one. So it is oxidizing agent. So it oxidizing action converts to the highest 0 to +5. Now this on hydrolysis will give P2O5 and hydrolysis will give H3PO4. H2O5 and hydrolysis will give H3SO4. I hope you understood arsenic acid. Any doubt? H3, for example, if you take antimony, you get H3SbO4. If you take antimony. Yeah.
So,
yeah, please.
Sir, on hydrolyzing NCl3, does it give any oxy acid of nitrogen?
No, HOCl will get. Oxy acid of chlorine will get. Because in NCl3, nitrogen is 3, electronegativity is 3. Chlorine is also 3. But nitrogen is more electronegative. So N minus. So N minus takes H from water. So it takes 3H. So you get NH3.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, any questions or shall I close the session? Any other question? Ritu Sujana, are you present? She's absent today. Ritu Sujana. Yeah. Many students are absent. Yeah. So only 29 attended. Fine. Okay, that's your wish. You don't want to bother about your career. Anyhow, thanks for bearing. So have a good day. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.